Hey guys, welcome to Thomas Vision Reef. Hey guys, hope everything is going well with you and your aquariums. As you guys know, I'm following the Red Sea Reef Care program and I have some exciting news to share with you guys. But before that, it would be impossible for me to properly maintain the tank and accurately track my system without using an aquarium log. Aquarium logs are so important because once you see something wrong with your tank, you need to get on it, whether it's high nitrates, bleaching coral, red slime algae, green hair algae. You need to get on top of it right away. Don't let those things linger. And the reason why we want to use the aquarium logs is because we want to strive to hit the optimum requirements for our tank, on a weekly basis, so we can have great tank. So if you guys aren't old school like me and don't want to jot it down with pen and paper, they have lots of apps out there for either your computer or your mobile devices. And let's take a look at a few. There's lots of great apps you can use for your mobile devices, like Reef Tank Pro, Aqua Planner Pro, Aquarium Log, and Reef Log. They even have Macquarium for the Mac. If you guys have any experience with these loggers, or know of any loggers that I actually didn't mention, please leave a comment below. And don't just limit logs to supplementing and your testing. I actually use logs for even my lighting when I add new fish to the tank. Especially lighting. When the AIs first came out and I got them, they were really new. LED lights were really new. So, and even still, a lot of people don't know what is the proper actual settings, to keep certain corals. So when I got my log, I kept track of the first settings that I used and how the corals responded, and then the settings after 3 months and then 6 months, and see how the corals responded. Logs are so important to maintaining your tank properly. All right, so now back to the Red Sea Reef Care program. As you guys know, I'm documenting my experience with the program on my 150-gallon tank. So I am converting my tank from a softy only tank to an actual SPS tank. So what we're striving for now is accelerated growth. I have a few frags which are doing awesome, and we're gonna see how they went from the beginning till 8 weeks later in the program, and this is week 3. So let's quickly go back over the goals that the Red Sea Reef Care program sets for us following the accelerated growth portion of the program. Our nitrates need to be between 1 and 2.5 ppm. Our phosphate needs to get to 0.1. Our alkalinity needs to get to 12.6. Calcium 465, and the magnesium 1390. So that's what we're actually striving for. When you're following the SPS portion of the program, you actually want to supplement daily. And when I say daily, it's actually 4 days, and then you retest your tank. So 4 days ago, here were the actual readings of my tank. Nitrates were at 3 ppm, phosphate 0.08, KH 9.0, calcium 330, magnesium 1160. So this is the exciting news, guys. In just 4 short days, the levels have changed dramatically. Our calcium is at 450, magnesium 1240, KH 11.2, nitrates 0.75, and phosphates 0.08. So the phosphates are the only thing that has not changed. The nitrates are a little bit lower than they wanted, because remember our goal is to get our nitrates between 1 and 2.5. And so what we have to do now is just stop using the NO3 and PO4X. Then once the nitrates get back between 1 and 2.5, then we would just go back to using their recommended dosing. But I can't believe that I dropped the nitrates that much in just 4 days. I know what you guys are thinking. All right, your levels are all perfect, and it's all good about these numbers, but what about the coral? The corals are doing awesome. Let's take a look at them. Bonsai coral is encrusting more over the top. And remember, it was dying, and so it is actually getting really great polyp extension during the later parts of the day. And the frags from my bird's nest are doing just as well. They're getting awesome polyp extension. They were actually bleaching a little bit when I first put them in the tank, but now, I mean, they are really thriving.
Things have been going so well with the tank, I even went out and bought 2 monoporas today from Pure Reef.
I'd like to share a message with you guys that I got from our friend Jay. He actually has a YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to it below. His channel is awesome. Let's look at a clip from one of his shows called Nano News.
I hope you're all enjoying this holiday season, and welcome back to episode 9 of Nano News. This episode is going to be a little bit different than my previous ones, because it's going to revolve around the theme of unusual aquariums. I'm going to use this episode to highlight and feature some of the most unusual aquariums that I've come across. This first tank that I'd like to feature has been one of my favorites for a long time, and it's Johnny Rock's ADA 2-tank waterfall setup. This unique setup was accomplished by placing 2 ADA tanks side by side. The tank on the left is the ADA 60F, which is 24 by 12 by 7 inches, and the other is an ADA 30C, which is a 12 by 12 by 12 cube. These tanks share a centralized 20-gallon custom sump, which is 24 by 12 by 17, and these tanks are lit by 4 of Evil's 20K par 38s. This waterfall setup basically works by the right cube gets fed water from the sump and overflows into the left tank. The water from the left tank then travels from its overflow back into the sump.
So guys, check out his channel, but here's his message.
So the message reads, most of my friends with larger tanks in the hobby, 90 to 250 gallons, experience great growth in color in their coral for the first 6 months to a year. And then their tanks start to take a turn. Coral bleaching, color loss, and diminished growth rates. This is mostly due to inconsistencies with their alkalinity, low magnesium, and weird calcium levels. These are usually the type of systems who prefer monthly large water changes over dosing/calcium reactors and used to keeping smaller reefs. Nano tanks can easily replace their levels with consistent water changes, but larger tanks have a much harder time doing this without some sort of supplement dosing. I just wanted to share this with you because I feel you are on the right track with your reef, and I hope everything works out with the Reef Care program. Jay, thanks for the message and the support, really appreciate it. So guys, I read this message because I just wanted to emphasize on how important it is to keep a log and to keep testing your system. And hey, you know, Red Sea is not a sponsor of mine. But I wanted to try out their supplements and their test kits. So make sure though, whatever test kits you use, you're using high quality test kits. Test your system on a regular basis and I guarantee you will also be successful. Alright guys, we're about to wrap things up, but before we go, I just wanted to let you guys know, since everything's going so well with the tank, I decided to install my biopellet reactor and my new phosphate reactor. I actually purchased the phosphate reactor from Marine Depot. They're working great. I actually need to install a valve on the biopellet reactor as it's getting too much flow. I'll do that later today.
That's it for today. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And remember, after you've done checking out this video, look in the description below. I have a link to Jay's channel. You definitely won't be sorry. His channel is awesome. And guys, until next time, keep enjoying the ultimate hobby.